Hello, everyone. Today we are going to learn about the structure of a muscle fiber. So the first question would be, what is a muscle fiber? A muscle fiber is a muscle cell, and we are going to learn what are the components of a muscle cell. And these are the major components that we have in a muscle cell. The first, we have a sarcolemma. We have something called sarcoplasmic reticulum. We have a T-tubule, some myofibrils, and terminal cisterna. Right. Now let's look at the sarcolemma first. What is a sarcolemma? It's the cell wall of a muscle cell. Just like any other cell, you have a cell wall or plasma membrane. For a muscle cell, the name of that cell wall is sarcolemma, and that is wrapped around this layer, right? So this layer represents the sarcolemma. And then we have something called sarcoplasmic reticulum. These are these yellowish structure, yellowish folded structure that we see here. We call them sarcoplasmic reticulum. And these sarcoplasmic reticulums are actually a smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and they store calcium, and calcium is essential to generate an action potential inside the muscle cell, right? And then we also have these hollow tube-like structures that we see here. Looks like they're long battery-like structure. And these long structures, they represent myofibrils. And myofibrils are all the proteins that we have in the muscle cells. What are some of the major proteins that we have in the muscle cells? We have actin, we have myosin, troponin, tropomyosin, and things like that. So altogether, these proteins, we call them myofibrils, right? We have one myofibril that here we see, another one is this long structure, maybe another one here. We do have some mitochondria as well that we see here in this cell, right? Another thing that we have inside of a muscle cell is this long rope-like structure throughout the cell. This long rope-like structure, we call that a T-tubule, which is a transverse tubule. Transverse because it's moving across the cell, right? This T-tubule, the major function of this T-tubule is to transport an action potential across the cell, right? So these are some of the general features, general structural features of our muscle cell, and it's essential to understand or learn these different features in order to understand how muscle cells perform their function, how muscle cells eventually contract and relax to create movement. Right? If you have any questions, please let me know. Um, if you want to discuss more, we can also meet during the office hours. Thank you for listening.